Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the session now. So we are starting the session now. First of all, wish you all a very happy new year, and may this year brings you all the riches, wealth, and prosperity. First of all those people who are on YouTube, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe the channel and also enable the notifications. We are now going to become very regular on our YouTube broadcasts. So you'll be keep getting live sessions there, and you'll keep getting the notifications also along with that. Once again, a warm welcome in our free webinar on profitable options trading. Those who couldn't make to our last webinar, there were good learnings that were shared, and we are trying to make this webinar as well, full of learning. And also there are a couple of surprises also there in terms of the stocks that we are going to discuss. And then there are a couple of other things that you would be getting in the following, like following sections of the webinar. Let me just give you a quick brief about Profit Idea. So Profit Idea was started in 2011 by Varun Agrawal sir. And Profit Idea primarily deals into stock market education, capital and financial markets educations. And the areas for basically derivatives and technical analysis, financial analysis, fundamental analysis, algorithmic trading, and techno-funda studies as well. Profit Idea, apart from this, is also into helping HNIs generating profit, positive alpha, advisory and consulting, engaged with the top management and technology institute across India, and giving them the consulting regarding the stock market and financial market stuff. Varun sir, who is the founder of Profit Idea, is trading since 2005, so it's almost 17 plus years since he is trading now. And with such a loads of experience, he has been into industry, and he's an expert and authority in basically all the things that you can see on the street, right? I'll not take your time on those things. Just to give a quick stuff about it, like there are a couple of things which actually goes to his credit. Is one of the top options trader in entire North India is what Varun sir is. So today's session is definitely going to make huge sense to all of you, and I hope you will get to learn a lot from this session. Without further ado, I'd request Varun sir to come up and take the session from here on. Varun sir, please.
Good morning, everyone. Jai Shri Krishna. I hope I'm audible to all of you, and welcome to another session by Profit Idea. And I hope today I will be able to give you some insights regarding like what derivatives are and how we can trade options market, and what are the things that we have to keep in mind so that we can trade options better, and we can understand like some of the very important aspects which are attached as far as options markets are concerned. So not like in terms of going into much details, let's begin this session and let's try to understand like what is the agenda as far as today's session is concerned, and what all we are going to cover, and like how you can gain out of this session, because today's session will be very informative, especially like people those who don't understand what derivatives are, how we can trade into like trade in derivatives, what are the things which are attached, what are the important strategies that we can focus on. So we will be talking about all those things. Plus, like if you see in terms of many a times, like I come across, especially beginners, people ask me like, sir, what are options? What is call? What is put? What are different option strategies? How we can apply those strategies? What are things that we can focus on? Like I'm sure people those who follow on Twitter or LinkedIn, I posted a strategy like Iron Condor. So how do you apply such strategies? What are the things that you keep in mind? What is the right setup? When you should be looking to apply which particular strategy? So all those concepts are also very, very important. Then how do we apply those strategies live? Like how do we check like what is the maximum profit, what is the maximum loss that we can incur into a strategy, what is the right dig setup that we should have, so that we can actually trade live and understand, okay, like for example, you must have heard people talking about delta neutralization, vega trading, theta trading. Now all these are very, very important aspects that you should know in terms of live trade analysis, and then what you should do, what you should not do, what you can expect from the market. Because many a times, like another very common question that people ask me, that sir, how much return can we expect? Like is there a logical way that we can look at in terms of like what returns are we focused on, and like what all things that we can look at as far as returns are concerned. So I'll give you a clear picture and I'll show you with leisure, because many a times like people ask me, sir, when you're trading in volume, do you think you will be able to save like after paying all the taxes, everything, will you be able to save? The answer is yes. Like when you implement a 4 leg strategy, 6 leg strategy, or a 2 leg strategy, or maybe sometimes like 8 leg strategy, still like after paying taxes, if your strategies are right, you will find that after all the costing, everything, you will be able to save. And that is the major part, and that is something that we have to keep in mind, so that we can understand like how this market functions and what all strategies that we can opt for. Like within this week, if I talk about, I applied various strategies like albatross, iron condor, iron butterfly. So like how do we know like okay, this is the perfect time? So we will be talking about all those parameters, all those aspects, so that all of you can understand that okay, this is something that we have to apply, this is something that we have to go for, and this is something that we need to understand. Now before like I talk about anything, you should know that there are two types of options. So when I talk about like these two types of options, I have one call option, another one is put option. Now many a times like just to like give you a brief, I'm sure many of you must have watched this movie or the series 1992 scam, or maybe Gafla, or some of you might have like checked like this particular the big bull, or maybe like some of the past series which are there in stock market. Now if you check any of these series, you must have heard like two terms, that is like tejadia and mandodia. So it's like people those who put the money towards the bullish market, or suppose they expect that they anticipate that the markets can go up, they tend to prefer, they actually put their capital where they can understand that, suppose for example, let's say Nifty is at 17,000, somebody expects Nifty might move up to 17,500, or somebody says that it might move up to 18,000, then they will prefer buying call. So normally like people those who are looking to buy, they buy calls when they expect that the markets can go up. Similarly, people those who expect that the markets can fall, and people those who think that yes, markets can go down, those are people those who actually expect, they anticipate a bearish move coming into the market. Now people those who anticipate a bearish move coming into the market, what they do, they anticipate that ideally markets can fall, and if they can fall, they will prefer to put their capital, they will prefer to put the capital in bearish market. In fact, like for example, let's say suppose if somebody is anticipating that Nifty might come down to 16,500, 16,000, they will prefer that why not to keep their capital, why not to put the capital in a scenario where like if markets goes down, they will be able to make money. So for example, let's say somebody decides to buy 16,500 put, or maybe let's say suppose somebody decides to get into a position of 16,000 put. So ideally your level of risk will be like in terms of you understand that okay, this is the limited risk. So for example, if somebody decides to buy the option, their level of risk is limited. So whenever a trader decides to buy a call or buy a put, their level of risk is always limited to the premium. And when I say it is always limited to the premium, it means that that is the maximum loss that you can incur. So just to give you a perspective in a very simple manner, let's say suppose when we were in school, college, or even now, let's say suppose if you decide to buy a pen, and the cost of that pen is 50 rupees, how much is the maximum loss that you can have? 50 rupees. Let's say suppose if you lose that pen, the maximum that you can lose is 50 rupees, because the price that you have paid for that particular pen is 50 rupees. So when I say, let's say suppose if you are looking to buy a pen, or if you are looking to buy a pencil, or anything that you buy, when you buy something, you pay a price. Now that price is the maximum loss that you can have. Because suppose, let's say even if you have bought a bottle, a water bottle, and that has costed you 200 rupees, that is the maximum loss that you can incur, because that is the premium that you have paid for it. Similarly, when traders, they look to buy call or put options, they understand that this is the maximum loss that they can incur, this is the maximum loss that they can have. So for example, let's say somebody is looking to buy anything in the market, whether it is call or put, one thing we have to be very clear, one thing we have to understand, that our loss is limited to the extent of the premium. कहने का मतलब क्या है कि अगर आपने किसी चीज को खरीदने में 10 रुपए दिए हैं, तो आपका 10 रुपए से ज्यादा नुकसान नहीं हो सकता. Your loss is limited to that 10 rupees, and that is something that we need to understand. So what we need to understand, what we need to know over here is the fact of the matter that whenever we are looking to understand call and put, whenever we are like looking to see like how the call and put functions, and like what is the major things that we have to focus on is the fact that जब भी आप कोई ऑप्शन खरीद रहे हैं तो आप एक चीज खरीद समझिए कि जब भी हम कोई चीज खरीदते हैं तो हम राइट खरीद रहे हैं. नाउ व्हेन आई से दैट आप एक राइट खरीद रहे हैं तो आपको पता है कि आपका जो नुकसान है वो नुकसान क्या है, वो लिमिटेड ही है, क्योंकि आप उससे ज्यादा लॉस नहीं कर सकते. आपको पता है कि आपने एक चीज को बाय करने के अंदर इतना प्रीमियम दिया है, और जब आपने एक चीज को बाय करने में इतना प्रीमियम दिया है तो उससे ज्यादा लॉस, नो मैटर लाइक व्हाट हैपेंस, दैट इज द मैक्सिमम लॉस दैट यू कैन हैव इन द मार्केट. सिमिलरली जब आप एक ऑप्शन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को बाय करते हैं, तो अभी मैं बाय साइड से बात कर रहा हूँ, विल टॉक अबाउट द सेल साइड ऑल्सो. सो व्हेन आई से लाइक आप एक तरीके से किसी भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को बाय करने की बात करते हैं तो आप ध्यान रखिएगा कि आप एक राइट परचेज कर रहे हैं. कैसा राइट, कि अगर मान लीजिए किसी ने कॉल खरीदी और मार्केट ऊपर चली जाती है तो आपको पता है कि आपका जो प्रॉफिट है वो अनलिमिटेड प्रॉफिट हो सकता है. सिमिलरली किसी ने पुट खरीदी तो पुट खरीदने के अंदर वो प्रॉफिट या तो अनलिमिटेड होगा या लिमिटेड टू प्राइस होगा. अब मैंने ये वर्ड यूज किया लिमिटेड टू प्राइस, इसका मतलब क्या है कि अगर मान लीजिए किसी ने निफ्टी की 17,000 की पुट खरीद ली, मैक्सिमम क्या होगा, निफ्टी 0 हो सकती है, उससे ज्यादा नीचे तो निफ्टी नहीं जा सकती. तो आपको पता है कि एक तरीके से मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट आपका 17,000 का ही हो सकता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ पॉइंट्स मल्टीप्लाइड बाय द लॉट साइज. तो अगर निफ्टी का लॉट 50 का है तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपने जिस भी प्राइस पे बाय की है, सपोज आपने निफ्टी की एक पुट खरीद ली 50 रुपए में और निफ्टी आ जाती है 16,000, 17,000 की पुट खरीदी, निफ्टी 16,000 आ गई, तो आपको पता है 1,000 रुपए का प्रॉफिट आपको होगा. 50 रुपए आपने खरीदने में दिए थे, सो व्हाट इज योर इफेक्टिव गेन, दैट इज 950 रुपीज. तो आपने 1,000 रुपए में एक ऑप्शन खरीदी, 950 रुपए पे एक तरीके से क्या होता है कि आप देखते हो कि आपको प्रॉफिट आ रहा है. क्यों? क्योंकि 50 रुपए खरीदने में दिए थे, 1,000 रुपए निफ्टी नीचे आ गई थी, 950 रुपीज का आपका गेन हो गया. एंड दैट इज द प्रॉफिट दैट यू कैन मेक. नाउ सिमिलरली लेट्स से सपोज somebody has decided to buy a call option, and the price of that call option is, let's say suppose again 40 rupees, and nifty goes up. Suppose somebody has bought 17,500 call, nifty goes up to let's say 18,000. So what has happened, you are making 500 rupees in the process. So वो जो आप 500 रुपए बना रहे हैं, वो 500 रुपए के अंदर आपने 40 रुपए का प्राइस दिया है, क्योंकि निफ्टी 17,500 से 18,000 आ गई. सो 500 इज द गेन दैट यू आर मेकिंग. नाउ अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट गेन, आपने जो प्राइस दिया वो आप माइनस कर लीजिए, 460 आपका प्रॉफिट आ गया. बट व्हाट वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि अगर किसी ने राइट खरीदा है, सो ऑब्वियसली बात है कि किसी ना किसी ने वो राइट उनको दिया भी होगा. So what we need to like really know and understand and practically like in terms of have a clarity is the fact कि अगर कोई खरीद रहा है मार्केट के अंदर तो कोई ना कोई बेच जरूर रहा है, which means it's a zero sum game. When I say it's a zero sum game, so what we need to really like probably look into the fact is the matter that अगर सपोज किसी ने, आपको पता है कि कोई अनलिमिटेड प्रॉफिट बना सकता था बायर, तो ऑब्वियसली बात है सेलर ने जिसने बेचा है उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या होगा, लिमिटेड प्रॉफिट बनाने का. तो सेलर हमेशा ये चाहता है कि वो किस तरीके से अपनी पोजीशंस को बनाए जिससे कि वो लिमिटेड प्रॉफिट के अंदर काम कर पाए. और नॉर्मली जितने भी ऑप्शन सेलर्स होते हैं, दे अंडरस्टैंड कि उनका रिस्क बहुत हाई है. नाउ समटाइम्स लाइक आई कम अक्रॉस पीपल लाइक दे कीप आस्किंग मी अ वेरी सिंपल प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन. वो प्रैक्टिकल क्वेश्चन क्या है कि लाइक ज्यादातर लोगों का जो एक तरीके से मानना है, जब मैं एक तरीके से बात करता हूँ उनसे पूछता हूँ, तो सर एक ऑप्शन सेलर क्यों एक तरीके से काम करना चाहता है, जब उसको पता है कि एक तरीके से एक ऑप्शन सेलर जब भी बात करेगा, जब भी एक तरीके से ऑप्शन सेलर के अंदर जब उसका एक तरीके से प्रॉफिट लिमिटेड है, तब भी ऑप्शन सेलर क्यों प्रेफर करते हैं मार्केट के अंदर काम करना. व्हाई डू दे लाइक दे वांट टू बाय, व्हाई डू दे वांट टू लाइक प्रोबेबली प्ले इन द मार्केट. सो इज देयर अ वे, इज देयर अ लाइक टेक्निक जिसकी वजह से हम समझ पाए कि एक ऑप्शन सेलर का क्या बिजनेस मॉडल है, हाउ डू दे मेक मनी. सो what we need to like really have a clarity on is the fact कि आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि ऑप्शन सेलर एक प्रोबेबिलिटी पे प्ले कर रहा है. कैसी प्रोबेबिलिटी, कि अगर मान लीजिए जो बायर ने जिस प्राइस पे बेट लगाई है, अगर उस प्राइस तक प्राइस जाता ही नहीं है, फॉर एग्जांपल हमने बात करी कि किसी ने निफ्टी की 17,000 की पुट खरीदी और निफ्टी अगर 17,000 गई ही नहीं, तो जो बायर ने प्राइस दिया था सेलर को, वो सेलर सारा का सारा प्रीमियम जो है वो खा जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि एक ऑप्शन मैक्सिमम 0 हो सकती है. तो अगर मान लीजिए किसी बायर ने 50 रुपए पे किए थे ऑप्शन को खरीदने में, तो क्या होगा, ऑटोमेटिकली जिसने सेल की थी ऑप्शन, वो जो ऑप्शन सेलर था, ऑप्शन वो सेलर 50 रुपए कमा जाएगा. लेकिन वहीं ऑप्शन सेलर का नुकसान अनलिमिटेड हो सकता है. कहने का मतलब क्या है कि जो 50 रुपए पे ऑप्शन एक बायर ने बाई करी है, वो ऑप्शन 500 की भी हो सकती है, 1000 रुपए की भी हो सकती है। तो जो प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी है, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी बायर की अनलिमिटेड, लेकिन सेलर प्रोबेबिलिटी भी खेलता है, अगर ये प्राइस नहीं आया तो। इससे फायदा क्या होता है? इससे फायदा होता है कि आपके पास जो बेनिफिट्स हैं, आपको ये बेनिफिट मिलता है कि आपके पास एक क्लैरिटी आती है, आपको ये चीज समझ में आती है कि हाँ, अगर मैं सेल कर रहा हूं तो मैं अगर फार ऑफ प्रीमियम्स पे एक तरीके से मार्केट में काम कर रहा हूं, सेल करके काम कर रहा हूं, तो मेरा जो लेवल ऑफ रिस्क है, मेरा लेवल ऑफ रिस्क कम रहेगा, मेरा लेवल ऑफ रिवॉर्ड जो है, वो मेरा रिवॉर्ड जो है वो बढ़ जाता है। एंड दैट इज वेयर लाइक वी नीड टू हैव अ वेरी सिंपल क्लैरिटी, जहां पे हमारे को ये बात समझनी है, देखनी है कि किस तरीके से आप लाइव मार्केट के अंदर क्या चीज पे काम करें, किस वक्त आपको बाइंग करनी चाहिए, किस वक्त सेलिंग करनी चाहिए। बिकॉज ये जो बाइंग एंड सेलिंग है ना, लगता बहुत सिंपल है, बट अनलेस एंड अनटिल यू गेट इनटू द डिटेल्स कि कब क्या स्ट्रैटेजी एग्जीक्यूट करनी है, तब तक आपको क्लैरिटी नहीं आती कि डेरिवेटिव्स में कैसे काम करें। बिकॉज आई हैव मेट मेनी पीपल एंड आई शो यू लाइक द लाइव पीएनएल, लाइव लेजर, कि किस तरीके से हम काम कर रहे हैं और क्या कर रहे हैं, तो आपको क्लैरिटी आएगी, समझ में आएगा कि ये काम कैसे होता है। बट आपको ये बात भी समझनी पड़ेगी कि अगर आपका एग्जीक्यूशन सही नहीं है, तो ये डेरिवेटिव मार्केट ऐसी है कि वर्ल्ड की लार्जेस्ट मार्केट है, वेयर लाइक यू कैन अर्न अ लॉट ऑफ मनी बट एट द सेम टाइम यू कैन लूज लॉट ऑफ मनी। So we have to be very clear in terms of like what we want to do and why we want to do that. Now मूविंग फर्दर, आप आई होप आप लोगों को ये समझ में आया होगा कि एक बायर है और एक सेलर है मार्केट के अंदर। तो कॉल और पुट खरीद सकते हैं। जो कॉल खरीदता है, सो अ पर्सन हु इज बाइंग कॉल, he is actually anticipating that the market will be bullish. A person who is buying put, he is anticipating that the market will be bearish. तो जो कॉल खरीदता है वो तेजी पे पैसा लगा रहा है, जो पुट खरीदता है वो मंदी पे पैसा लगा रहा है। सो जब आप एक तरीके से कॉल पुट के अंदर काम कर रहे हो, तेजी मंदी के ऊपर आप प्ले करना चाह रहे हो, तो आपको ये बात समझनी पड़ेगी कि आप अपने रिस्क कैसे कम करें और किस तरीके से अपनी स्ट्रैटेजीज को डिफाइन करें कि जिससे कम से कम रिस्क में मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट आप गैदर कर पाए मार्केट से। नाउ फॉर एग्जांपल, लेट्स से सपोज इफ आई टॉक अबाउट वेरियस ऑप्शन स्ट्रैटेजीज, and suppose like for example, if you look at, these are different option strategies that you can see on my screen, and there are many more. I think like probably I will be able to name them only few, but there are many option strategies that we apply, and in fact like many adjustments that we do during the live market. So some of the like some of the option strategies that you can see over here on my screen, so it's a combination like long call, long put, short call, short put. So these are the basic 4 strategies. So when I say long call, you are actually anticipating that the market should go up. Somebody like who is shorting the call, the third one. So if somebody is buying call, somebody is selling call. So person who is buying call is anticipating that the market will be bullish. Somebody who is shorting call is anticipating that the market will be stable, bearish, or even if it rises, it will not rise to an extent where it goes above the price at which somebody has sold the option. So definitely for somebody who is buying it, there is another person who is selling it. Similarly, like we have long put. When I say long put, that means person is putting the money where they are anticipating that the markets can go down. They're anticipating that the price can go down. So somebody who is buying put, he is bearish. And at the same time, if somebody is bearish, somebody is also selling put. So when I say somebody is selling put, that is where like we are looking to understand that they are anticipating that the markets are bullish, or they expect at least the market should remain stable. So suppose for example, Nifty is at 17,300, 17,400 levels, and a person is expecting that the market should stay within the range. It is like it stays within the premium, and it does not go below 17,000. So what that person will do, that person might sell put. Similarly, somebody who feels that yes, markets can go down, they will buy the put. So long put, short put. What we need to understand, a person who is long in the put is bearish. Person who is like short in the put, that person is bullish on the markets. And then similarly, like we have many other strategies, like for example, some of the famous arbitrage strategies are long box spread, short box spread, or maybe long arbitrage, short arbitrage. Or if you see some of the very common strategies that we apply with futures, that is covered call, covered put, synthetic long call, synthetic long put, long combo, long straddle, short straddle, or the ladder strategies, iron albatross, iron condor, short call condor, long call condor, strip strap, guts. These are various strategies that we look to implement, and every day is unique. So some days like I feel that okay, possibly it is better to apply albatross. Sometimes like you get that understanding that it's better that you go for a kind of a strategy which is like more into a iron condor, or maybe like iron albatross. But we need to understand any iron strategy. So any iron strategy when I talk about any iron strategy is with the understanding that this particular strategy will have a combination of call and put. Any plain strategy will either be a call strategy or a put strategy. So the moment like we actually add a term called as iron, what we need to understand, we need to have a clear understanding. We need to have a clear basic clarity that the moment like we use the word called as iron, it will be a combination of call and put. And if it is like simple strategy, maybe a long straddle, long call butterfly, short call butterfly, that means these are plain strategies, vanilla strategies, where it is only a combination of call, or it can only be a combination of put. So that is where the difference comes, and that is what we need to understand as far as option strategies are concerned. So let's like move to a very simple, the basic strategy, the first one, that I really want all the practical users to understand. And I'll give you the live implication also. I'll show you like how, with the help of the live chart, if you have taken a trade and if you decide to like take the trade on a long call, how you can make a very good amount of money and when to actually execute this strategy. So I'll talk about the execution also, so that all the people, those who are like uh, participating in this webinar, they're able to execute this strategy well and they're able to make money out of it. Now, when I say long call is a strategy where I'm bullish on the index. Now, when I say like I'm bullish on the index, what we need to understand, we need to have a clarity that long call is when person is highly bullish. So somebody who decides to buy a call, he or she will only buy the call when somebody is highly bullish in the market. Now, there is one very common query that people keep asking me, that sir, what is the difference between long call and short put? So this is another like a very simple basic question which comes to the mind of participants. Ki sir, when you say long call, in long call also you are bullish, but when you say short put, over there also you are moderately bullish. So what is the difference between long call and short put? See, long call can have unlimited profit. So for example, if you are buying a call at a price of 50 rupees, you can, that call can go up to 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees also. But when I say that you sell the put, so when you sell the put, in that particular case, you're getting a premium. So suppose in selling the put, you got the premium of 40 rupees. That 40 rupees is your maximum profit. So when you buy the call, your profit is unlimited, your loss is limited. But when you sell the put, your profit is limited, but your loss is unlimited. So that is a difference between buying a call and selling a put. And I hope like participants are able to understand the difference. So over here, like when we are talking about long call, what we need to understand, our payoff is, our profit is unlimited, our loss is limited to the premium. So suppose somebody has paid a premium of 40 rupees, 35 rupees, 10 rupees, whatever premium that you have paid, your loss is limited to that extent. But your profits can be unlimited. So suppose there are options that you must have seen, like it is trading at 5 rupees, 6 rupees, and by the end of the day, it becomes 100 rupees, 500 rupees. Especially on expiry days, I come across many options. Subah morning, mein, like when you check those options, that is only 5 rupees, 10 rupees. And by the end of the day, it becomes 100 rupees, 200 rupees. And these are instances where like you can multiply your capital, which we call them as like how do we find option multiplying opportunities. So you can multiply your capital to any fold, and that is where like multi-bagger options can be spotted. So for example, let's say when I say long call, I hope like all of you have understood that your profit is unlimited, your loss is limited to premium. And what is your break-even point? So suppose, for example, how do we calculate the break-even point? Break-even point is strike price. Strike price is the level at which somebody is betting upon. So for example, let's say suppose Nifty is at 17,300. Somebody says, sir, I want to buy 17,500 call at a price of, let's say suppose 70 rupees. And if somebody is willing to pay 70 rupees, what is the break-even point? 17,500, the strike price, plus the premium which is paid, which is 70 rupees. So that is 17,570. Now, if Nifty starts moving above that, let's say suppose Nifty closes at 18,000 rupees, what is your profit? That is 430 rupees, because 18,000 minus 17,000, 17,500, that is 500 rupees. 500 minus 70, the price that you paid for that option. So 430 rupees will be your profit. Suppose Nifty goes to 18,500. So you make 1,000 rupees minus 70 rupees. That is the premium that you have paid. So what is your profit? 930 rupees into 50. That is the lot size of Nifty. Now, when to implement this strategy. So another query that I keep seeing from the participant, a very common query that I see from the participants, like people keep asking me in terms of like, how do you know, like, okay, this is the strategy that we need to execute, and how do we know like we can execute so and so strategy. So in option strategies, we should know like we should be very practical, and we should be able to understand the practical implications which are attached with these strategies. So let me show you one very simple practical application, and let me talk about index only. Let's say suppose let me talk about Nifty 50, so that all of you can probably correlate the things better, and all of you are able to understand like how do we apply so and so strategy, so that people are able to understand this. Now, for example, this is a simple Nifty chart, and on my screen, like I hope all of you can see, like I have what I have done, I have opened trading view, and I have opened a simple chart for Nifty 50. Now when I say a simple chart, what I'll do, like for example, somebody wants to trade intraday, so what I see, I have placed over here an hourly chart. This is 1 hour chart on Nifty, and let's say suppose I want to analyze, I want to see like probably where Nifty can go. I will use a simple indicator. Suppose for example, one of the common indicators that I keep referring to is a relative strength index. Now, when I say an RSI indicator, so I just click on RSI here. When I click on RSI here, all of you can see that RSI is visible on my screen. Now, when I say like the RSI is visible on my screen, what you all need to know like how this RSI can actually help you to make money. So for example, like over here, you can see this is an hourly chart. So last 14 candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like similarly, last 14 candles, this is how the RSI is plotted. Now I'm clicking over here, double clicking over here on RSI. So you can see the RSI length is last 14 candles is what we are looking at. Now, just to help you understand better, let me remove the moving average, and let me just highlight this line more, so that all of you can understand this. And in settings, do one more thing, create your upper band as 85. Now I'm putting this line as 85 here. Let me just probably increase the thickness here, and on the bottom line, what I'm doing, I'm putting 15 here, and that's it. Now, as a trader, if you're looking to trade, and if you want to trade options, you must understand that RSI can give you an excellent opportunity to take a trade. Now I'll show you like some of the very good instances. First of all, like if you look at this instance right here, RSI was approaching a level of 15. You should look to buy Nifty here. Suppose if somebody decides to buy Nifty on 29th of October, Nifty was highly oversold here at 17,645, and Nifty hit a low of 17,615. Looking at this particular, like in terms of RSI, if somebody would have bought Nifty call, and this is like 2:15, 29th of October, see, immediately in the next candle, Nifty shot up by 63 points. Another candle, Nifty went up by 52 points. Overall, from 17,645 within few hours in the trading sessions, Nifty has gone up to 17,900 or 18,012, which is again good 400 points move on Nifty. Beautiful move that came. And if you would have bought the option, you would have made a killing. Your capital must have multiplied many folds. Similarly, look at this instance, very recent, which is like 20th of December, just like 10 days back, 12 days back, we had this like Nifty hitting a low of 16,410. The RSI was highly oversold, and this is where if somebody would have bought the call option, if somebody would have like taken a trade here, just check what would have happened. Nifty immediately next hour, so this trade came at 12:15, immediately in the next hour Nifty was up 80 points, another hour Nifty was up 92 points, and then Nifty is just going up. So just notice, like over here we were at 16,445. From 16,445, look how Nifty went up. It just shot up like a rocket. And we can see like where Nifty is right now. Even if I look at like the close right now, Nifty is at 17,364. So at 17,364, if you look at this move, it's a good 1,000-point move on Nifty. And if you would have bought call here, imagine if you would have bought a call option at 50 rupees, maybe 100 rupees maximum, your capital has multiplied 10 folds, 20 folds. This is where the money is. This is where you make money. So people like those who really want to understand, like those who really want to have a clarity, like how do we trade? So we should understand trading a long call can be very simple, very beautiful, as long as you understand like where the trend is, how the trend is expected to move, and what all things that you can keep in mind, so that as a trader you can become a better trader. You can understand the practicality, you can understand like where the markets can go, and over a period of time you can actually make money. That is the idea. And like I think like if you meet like any trader across the world, I think you will understand that this is something that we focus a lot. Because see, if you understand when to buy, that is where the strategy execution comes into picture. So only knowing the strategy is not enough, but also knowing when to execute the strategy, that is also something which is a beautiful art. So sometimes like people they ask me, sir, we know all these strategies. So if you know all these strategies, that is not enough. Unless and until you know when to execute which strategy, and when to implement that, and also when to exit that. So it's like, see, entry in the market is very easy, but unless and until you understand when to exit, you will never be able to make money. So what we all need to understand, that in markets, it's important that we understand the practical picture. We understand like how we can make money over a period of time, and what all things that we can keep in mind, so that we can become a better trader. Now let me move to another strategy which is called as long put. So when I say like long put, we should understand that long put is a kind of a strategy where we have to be clear that we have to execute this particular strategy then when we are bearish. So for example, if somebody is bearish on the market, somebody feels that the markets can go down, if you form this strategy at that particular point, you will make money. So in this particular strategy, again, you're paying a price to buy the option. So when you pay a particular price, your loss is limited. Your loss is limited to the extent of the premium that you are paying. Apart from that, like what all things that you have to keep in mind, you have to focus, you have to understand that when you buy a put option, one is highly bearish. And if one is highly bearish, then market has to fall. You will only make money if market goes down. So if market is not moving down, you will see that you will not make money. You will lose on premium. You will lose on theta decay. So the whole idea of a put buyer is that when they expect the markets can fall, or probably a particular stock can fall, or maybe let's suppose a commodity can fall or currency can fall, that is where like a strategy like long put strategy can be very effective. And traders can make money as far as long put is concerned. So when to apply a naked put, when to actually form a naked put and make money, that is like, again, I think many of you might be having in your like agenda in terms of like how you can execute this. So let me show you another like a possible example, another clarity that you must have. So for example, if I go back to this chart and look at this right here, Nifty RSI moving to 85. Now, as long as it is 85 and above, so on 18th October, please note the date, 18th October 2021, Nifty was at 18,514. So you can clearly see Nifty was at 18,514. And at that particular point, when Nifty was at 18,514 at 11:15. So you can see the time like on my screen below. If you check, the time is 11:15, 18th of October 2021. And that is where like Nifty is trading at 18,514. Now at that point in time, if you decide to buy the put option, so at that particular time, if you decide to buy the put option, please note from 18th October till the time, like for example, right here, till the time the RSI got oversold, Nifty was already down to 17,645. It hit a low of 17,615. Now, what we need to know, from 18,514 Nifty moving down to 16,000 to 17,645, it's a good 900 point move. And when you get this 900 point move, you make a killing. It's highly profitable. So if somebody would have bought a put here, so if you would have bought a put here at 16,500 odd, and if you buy a put here and Nifty moving all the way down till here, you make a lot of money. Your capital is multiplied. Especially like, for example, somebody deciding like which strike to buy. I always prefer strike in terms of which has higher theta. So for example, if I'm buying for 18th October, I will prefer to buy a next month put, so that I get enough time. So for example, even for maybe few days, if Nifty is not able to probably like go down, but it has to go down definitely. So what we need to understand, we need to understand that our strategy execution has to be perfect. We must understand that, okay, this is something that we have to clearly understand. We have to clearly focus on that. Okay, if we look to execute these strategies, we will be able to make money in market. We have to be very, very clear. And that is where, when you have the clarity, when you focus on your chart, when you understand derivative strategy, and at that point in time, if you look to execute, trust me, your profitability can be immense, and you can make good amount of money. So time and again, like I come across people asking me like, how do you like execute such strategies? How do you know, like, okay, these are the list of strategies that we should be focused on? So very simple. I hope like all the participants, they're able to understand the difference. Like, if we have to execute a call, we have to execute a call when it is oversold. If we have to execute a put, we have to execute the put when it is overbought. So when Nifty is overbought here, when Nifty was overbought here, see over here also, Nifty was overbought. Sell signal came at 17,756. Immediately within few days, Nifty came down all the way to 17,345. Good move coming in within few days. See, not even few days. Look at this. This is an hourly chart. At 10:15, 17 September 2021, Nifty was at 17,756. RSI was overbought. It is touching a danger line. And if it was touching a danger line, then we must understand one very practical part. 10:15, this signal came. At 11:15, 17th September, same day, 11:15, if you see, Nifty was down 136 points. And people, those who are looking to make money, they would have like made a lot of profit. So what we need to understand, like, for example, if I'm looking at an hourly chart within the next hour, so from 10:15 to 11:15, you would have made good amount of money. And that is where like we have to understand that if we are looking at a particular put option price, we should always be focused that how this option can behave. So over here, if one would have bought put, nobody was interested to buy put. Why? Because market is just going up, up, up. At that point in time, the put premium is very, very less. Now, that is where like you get the opportunity to buy puts which are very cheap, 50 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees. And immediately that same put would have gone, like within this next move, that same put would have gone from 20, 30 rupees to 100 rupees. And that is where the money lies. That is where like one has to understand that if we are looking to perform so and so strategy, if we are looking to like get into the ideal picture of market, we should be able to understand that how the strategy functions, what all things that we can keep in mind, how we can ensure that with minimum level of risk, we can actually have maximum reward coming to our side. And I hope like all the participants are able to understand that this is something which is very, very important. This is something that we have to like look for as far as strategy execution is concerned, because if you buy the puts at the right time, that is where the clarity comes. And not only this, like many a times, like I come across people asking me, sir, will this same work on Bank Nifty? So suppose, for example, let's say suppose if I go across another index popularly traded, I trade a lot on Bank Nifty, I think the story is same. And if you look at the story recently, long call, beautiful story, buy call here, and immediately Bank Nifty shot up. Beautiful opportunity. Like traders, those who really want to make money, it's actually an excellent opportunity to make good amount of profits in market. Another thing, it's like, for example, look at this here, right here, 17 September again. Beautiful opportunity on Bank Nifty as well. It was going up, up, up. Immediately next candle, Bank Nifty was down 409 points in an hour. Excellent opportunity that we can actually look at. This is something that we should always be focused on. Simple trades, effective trades, rather than trying to complicate your trades a lot. I will always prefer that try to ensure that your trades are simple and effective. So don't try to complicate too many things. If you keep it simple, you make money. The most difficult part in market is that people try to be like they experiment a lot, They try to do a lot of things differently, and in the process, like they end up losing. So I always prefer that it's always important that we focus on practicality rather than trying to focus on any XYZ thing that we want to work on. I will not do that. Another query that I have, like from Vimal, like for example, let's suppose it's like can we like check on the lower time frame as well? Why not? Like you can always check on the lower time frame. So for example, let's say suppose if I want to like restrict myself, and if I want to see like on the lower time frame how it can work, I will be little stricter on a lower time frame. So I will make this range as 90, I will make this range as, let's say 10, and I'll click OK, and I go to a 5-minute chart. So this is a 5-minute chart that I go on. Now on this 5-minute chart, I will get some opportunity, very short-term opportunity, where like I will be looking to execute. A short-term opportunity came, just come out within few seconds. So if you want to trade on short-term opportunities, you can do that. So see, it's like when it will reach the overbought zone, it will be, you will get the short-term opportunity also, 84, 85, you get that opportunity. But the only point is, when you get that on the hourly chart along with the lower time frame chart, it is always better to execute the option better, because your chances of success increases rapidly. And whenever you see such options like coming to that particular price time frame, you get that opportunity, you get that like in terms of conviction that okay, this is the right probably right time that one should be looking to execute so and so strategies. So the idea is very simple. The idea is that we want to execute with perfection, with conviction. Now this is a similar story, the like in terms of the simple story that I understand, like people asking me in terms of, sir, how can we have the clarity, like if you are looking to work on a stock, like, or even if suppose we want to work on stock like Asian Paints. So this is like Asian Paint for you, a stock. When it is, you see, even on a smaller time frame, if it is getting oversold, going towards the oversold zone, 15 10 RSI, look to buy here. When it is getting overbought, look to sell over here. Immediately, like within few minutes, you will get money. Immediately, like within no time, you will be able to make money. You will be able to understand that okay, this is something that we can focus on. This is something which is more beautiful, which can give you lucrative opportunity, like here, right here, a beautiful opportunity, RSI coming between 10 to 15. So what I do, I put additional layer in order to filter my trade. So what I personally prefer, I keep this RSI. I just like in order to highlight you better, in order to like help you to understand the structure right here. So this is what I do. When RSI comes to this range, look to buy. When RSI comes here, look to buy. You will be able to understand the strategy. There is another question that I see from Shruti. For example, let's say suppose like which strike to choose. So it is always better that if you're looking to buy a put or a call option which has enough time, plus you look to buy the options which are at the money options or very near OTM options. So your chances of making money increases. One more thing that I have, like another query from Samir, that can we solely trade on RSI? Of course you can. There are many other indicators that we trade on. In fact, like people those who attended my last session on algorithm, I showed them like how even on the with the help of algorithm it can filter trades for you on multiple indicators, and you can make money on that particular basis. So that is also something which is available, and that is another like a very important practical aspect that we are looking at, that whenever you see such instances, your opportunity is very high in terms of making money. And those are opportunities that we should look for. Those are opportunities that we should understand that yes, these are opportunities which are available, and we can trade on those opportunities. I'll show you like one more practical like example, like for example Biocon. So this is Biocon, Biocon on I'll show you like, so that I think people will be able to understand, and maybe like they will be able to execute these strategies better, understanding the practical aspect. Now if you see, this is Biocon, right? And look at this here, 25th, like this is the October expiry. And what I could understand here is there is a divergence. So first there was a divergence here on 18th October, and you can see over here like from here to here there is a divergence. And Biocon came like hourly RSI came to 12. Now this is where there is a perfect opportunity to trade. So I traded here on Biocon. Again, I could see that there is a divergence. RSI was falling and the put option was right here. So what I could see on the chart, I could check this. So I think just for the clarity of people, so that all of you can understand better, there is a divergence. And when there is a divergence, I will always look to jump onto it. So what I did, like I decided to sell put on Biocon. So there is another strategy which I am coming to. I think like possibly everybody can understand the strategy. So it's like apart from the normal call and put, either you can form a protective call strategy. So you buy these protective call, like you when you look to you when you're bearish, so you look to sell the stock and you buy the call, or you can what you can do like in option strategies when you're looking to trade. So there is another strategy that we focus on, that is short put. So when I say short put, we need to understand that short put is when we expect that probably the stock can move up. It may not be very fast or ferocious move, but possibly slowly it can move. So you are moderately bullish, and that is where like you look to execute such strategies. Now I'll give you a practical live example. So when you see this Biocon, what I could see that Biocon should go up from here. So as a trader, what I did, so I'll show you like as a trader what I did, and this is like this is my wife's account. You can check like Shafali Agarwal, and if I show you like this is Biocon. I hope like all of you can see this. This is Biocon. So this is Biocon 330 strike put, 330 strike put, Biocon 340 strike put. So I traded all these options, and if you see like I sold this at 18 rupees 49 paisa, covered at 16 rupees. I sold this quantity at 12 rupees, covered at 6 rupees. This at like nearly 3.87, covered at 4.37. So I executed this strategy, and if you see 63,000 rupees profit. See, this is Biocon transaction, understanding that it is oversold. So I sold 330 strike put, and just check on the chart as well for the clarity of people. So this is again like on the chart, very clear that this is how you should be looking to trade. Another thing, like people are asking me like which expiry. So what I did, I traded for November expiry. So it was in October. I could see this. This is 25th of October. The trade was coming here on 25th of October. The Biocon was just oversold. So I could see that there is a reversal which is coming in Biocon. Why not to sell the option and make money? And then look at this move. Beautiful move came on Biocon. So what we need to understand, we need to have clarity in terms of what we see on the chart. And there are a lot of trades like on Bank Nifty, on Fin Nifty, and various other things. And if you see with Ledger, like after paying all the costing, like for example, people keep asking me like in terms of this is a 10% return on this particular account in like nearly 3 months. So 4,58,000 was the gross like return after paying all taxes, everything. You can see 4,50,000 rupees profit. Another account, like if I show you, this is over here like 17 lakhs 51,000 rupees profit. Lot of derivatives position, lot of option strategies, Nifty positions. Even now, like I have Nifty position, carried position, which is like, see, this is a open position that I have carried on Friday. This is an iron condor which is carried on Friday, expecting that if Nifty falls tomorrow, I will be able to make good amount of money in this particular position. So all options, like you can see a lot of quantity, which I am trading, 6,000 quantity, 4,000 quantity, 1,500 quantity. Beautiful. Like, in fact, like not only this, like some of you might, like if you see over here for like 50,000 rupees profit, I can show you multiple accounts, hundreds of accounts where like I'm executing these strategies. Personally, like I execute this strategy in my personal 12 accounts. And that is where like you need to understand in terms of how do we take the trade. So even if you're looking to take a simple trade on a short put here, understanding that the Biocon can move up, I think that is where the strategy application comes into the picture. And I repeat, it is not just knowing the strategy, it is also understanding the application of that strategy. So once you understand the application of that strategy, that is where you will see that your level of knowledge will increase tremendously. Plus, like you will be able to make money. That is something like we have to be very very clear. Now it's like there is one query that I see from Mr. Sanju, like what do you mean when you said cover the trade? So when I say cover the trade, I sold, let's say for example, over here, I sold Biocon put. I expect that the Biocon has moved up. Now I expect again, like I'm making good enough profit. So when I say cover the trade, what I mean over here is, for example, like we were talking about Biocon. This is Biocon. So Biocon put 330 put. We sold at 12 rupees 93 paisa, 13 rupees approximately, covered at 6 rupees. So when I say cover the trade, that means you are selling at 13 rupees, you are covering it at 6 rupees. So you are actually booking your profit. That is what I mean. I hope like you are clear by What do I mean by covering the trade? Similarly, let's suppose, for example, another beautiful strategy that like we execute in the live market is the fact of the matter. For example, I'll show you a very simple, effective example so that all of you are able to probably relate to and understand. Let me just pull up another blue chip company, Reliance Industries. I think like we all understand Reliance, right? Look at this Reliance Industries, 3rd September. I have to say nothing. Let chart speak, let data speak, let people understand, like in terms of how you can make good amount of money simply understanding the chart. Now if you look at Reliance Industries here, Reliance Industries at a price of 2480, it was overbought. The closing was 2472. It was overbought on 6th September 2021 at 9:15, and the data was suggesting that ideally like one should look to short. Now if one should look to short, it is not necessary that you can only buy a put. People want to trade in FNO market, and they want to trade with futures as well. So for example, let's say over here somebody decides to sell the future. So you sell future, and just to hedge yourself, you buy the call. So what you can do, you can execute another beautiful strategy, the one which I was like talking about, which is protective call. So when I say protective call strategy, what we need to understand, we are selling a stock in terms of we are selling future, plus we, in order to buy, in order to hedge ourselves, we are buying call. So when you sell future and you buy call, you're actually entering into a strategy called as protective call strategy. Now, suppose even if the move is not as per you and the price moves up, you understand that your loss is limited. This is the maximum loss that you can incur. But if the price moves as per your expectation, if the price moves as per what you have thought, you will make good amount of profit. So your profit is again unlimited or limited to price, but your loss is limited the moment you form the strategy. Another thing, you pay less margin. So one of the very important things, one of the very important, like in terms of parameters that we all have to understand, is the fact that what is the price that you are paying. So for any option strategy that you want to execute, so for example, let's say suppose if I go to the option strategy, if I show you the margin, let's say suppose for example somebody wants to execute Reliance future. This is another thing which people miss out. They ask me, sir, in terms of what return are we making? The fact of the matter is that we need to understand the returns that we speak about, and I'll show you the return that we talk about with the ledger also, so that all of you can actually like understand the clarity that how these things can be done. So for example, let's say suppose if I put Reliance here, and let's say suppose Reliance future. So let me just add Reliance future here, and let me show you Reliance Industries. So just a second, I'll show you. For example, let's say suppose if I show you the margin, just for the clarity, when I'm looking to form the position, and let's say suppose if I select Reliance future. So this is like Reliance future for January 2022. I select Reliance here and I want to sell this future. If I add this future, look at the margin. I'm paying margin of 1,32,530. So this is the margin which is required to be paid. But when I'm looking to hedge, suppose I hedge this position with option and I decide to buy Reliance call. So suppose if I look at like for example Reliance Industries right now, it is 25, like the current price. So let's go by the current price. The current price is 2368, and let me say suppose somebody is willing to buy 2380 strike call. You wanted to buy 2380 call. Look at this. The margin saving, the margin benefit that you are getting. The margin benefit is 1,03,919. So you are only deploying a margin of 28,000 rupees. Now what we need to understand, before the margin deployment was 1,32,000. Now the margin has dropped down to 28,000. So practically the margin has come down by 1/5. When I say the margin comes down by 1/5, even if you make, for example, let's say suppose on this margin, let's say even if you make 5,000 rupees, that 5,000 rupees is 20% profit. So by deploying less margin, you will be able to trade better. You will be able to make more money. Another thing, it's like just for the clarity of people and for people to understand. So as I was showing you, this is like my wife's account. Look at the first transaction, which was like, which happened in this account. This was on 2nd of September expiry. And like if you look at this, like 2nd September expiry, from here the total return is excellent. You are getting a return of like over here 4,50,000 rupees. And I'll show you like the return as well. For example, let's say if I show you the like in terms of the net position, let me just show you the net position also, so that people are able to understand the concepts better. Clarity, you can have the clarity. Suppose for example, if I show you this account, you will have the clarity also. I'll show you the margin, net margin, which is there in this account. So the net margin is 42 lakhs 10,994 rupees. This is the margin. So on 42 lakhs 10,000 rupees, I am making 4,50,000 rupees. So what you need to understand, just calculate the return. So let's say suppose if I divide 4,50,000, that is the net return that I'm getting on 42 lakhs 10,994. So your return is 10.68%. And this 10.68% that you're getting, if you divide this by 4, so suppose for example, if I divide this 10.68 by 4, you will understand that you are generating 2.67% return. Now for people, somebody like who does not understand like what is the power of compounding, for me power of compounding matters a lot. And one more thing, like most of these trades are done on algorithms. So algo is doing the job for you. I just log in my system and everything is done by the algo. So you don't have to like worry too much in terms of what can happen. The only point is you need to trust your strategy, you need to trust your system, and you need to ensure that you execute these strategies better so that you are able to make money. And that is where like in terms of uh, the forte lies, that how with the help of simple strategies you can make money. And that is what we want to understand as far as options market are concerned. So protective call is a very beautiful simple strategy, which we even call it as a merit call. So you're selling future, you're buying call. And if let's say for example, understanding like looking at RSI again, which I'm just like giving you as an example, you will understand that like how beautifully when the signal came on Reliance Industries, if somebody would have shorted Reliance, within the next candle Reliance went down by 20 rupees. And from 2472, Reliance is going down, 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 down here. So within next like few hours, we can see that Reliance went down to 2369. Now the whole idea is this is good return. 100 points on Reliance, beautiful money. So I'm sure like if you do the delta hedging as well, which we are doing with the help of call, the profit over here is 80 points. 80 points is 20,000 rupees profit on 28,000 rupees capital. So only by deploying 28,000 rupees, please understand, you have deployed how much like how much money you have deployed? Only 28,000 rupees. So only by deploying 28,000 rupees, you are making 20,000 rupees profit. Calculate your return. Your risk is less, your profit is more, and you are able to execute these strategies better. That is where like we need to have a very clear understanding in terms of what we are doing, why are we doing it, what is the logic behind doing these things, and what all things that we can keep in mind. And I hope like participants are able to gain the exposure better. Participants are able to like understand the position better, and they are able to understand like how these things can be done. And it's like it's like people will have different in terms of sir, like how do you know like when to take the exit, how do you know like when to take the when to book the profits. So what you need to understand, it's the fact of the matter is that when you're looking to execute multiple strategies, that is where like I think when I talk about option strategies, I think this is where like we are coming up with option strategies on long call, short call, long put, short put, more detailed understanding on merit call, merit put, iron condor, albatross, diagonal call time spread, diagonal put time spread, iron butterfly. Now these are strategies that we look to implement. And people those who want to understand like have clarity on how do you execute these strategies, we are coming up with a session on 15th January 2022. The offer is 19,999 for this particular workshop. Along with this, like you will also get the hand holding for 14,999, plus like the live updates will be 14,999. So the total cost is 49,997. People, those who want to enroll, so it's like first of all, like again, happy new year to all of you, and those who want to really avail this offer and like take the benefit of this, we are not offering you 49,997. We are bringing this offer only at 9,999 to all the traders, all the participants, those who are interested and whatnot. The new year offer is like one time offer only till 12 noon till today. So another like an hour or so. And this offer will be valid only for a limited period. So we are coming up with this offer. People, those who want to have a detailed understanding in terms of how the option market functions, what are the things that we have to keep in options market, what all the things like we should be focused on as far as option markets are concerned. So we are bringing this offer exclusively for the participants, those who want to take the benefit of this offer. Go now, register, use a coupon code which is PI 2022, and this offer is valid only for limited participants for a limited time. So once the participants are fulfilled, we will not be able to take more participants. And as I said, we are giving 49,997 worth of course, a workshop option trading option for you only at a price of 4,999. So after the technical analysis webinar that we did nearly 6 months back, 9 months back, after that, we are bringing this offer again only because we are doing options for the first time for the traders. And if you see our main course for options, that is 99,999. So you will be able to get this offer exclusively, those who are registering for this particular webinar, this workshop, and only by paying 4,999 you will be able to register. So you can go to the website now, profitidea.net, and you can even see in the chat box, you can see that there is a link which is being shared, so that all of you can actually like go and register on the for the session, or like simply go to profitidea.net, avail this offer at 4,999 and 4,999. You will be able to get this offer. It's a limited time offer. Use the coupon code which is reflecting on your screen, PI 2022, and take this benefit of this new year offer, where you will be able to understand multiple option strategies, various option strategies, what all things that you can focus on, and how you can make money. That is something which is very, very important. Not only this, like as we promised to the participants, and as we like mentioned about it, like I will be talking about two stocks. And like as a like we keep researching a lot of stock that I keep sharing. And I think people, those who want to like really take the benefit of this, just like go ahead and take this. You will be getting a hand holding, live update, and the live offer. So the time is limited. Utilize this opportunity and ensure that you are able to register on the website and enroll for this course by paying this small price of 4,999. Use the coupon code PI 2022. Again, I repeat, it's a limited time offer. Ensure that you are able to utilize this offer and avail this offer in a very limited time. And I'm sure like that will help you to understand like how the option market work functions. And there are a lot of queries that I see in the chat box. Sir, how do we know when to book profit? How do we know like when to take the entry, when to take the exit? How do we know, okay, this is probably the last time? How do we know like how the live updates are happening? And there is another query like, sir, what is a live update? Can beginners join this course? Of course, the beginners, those who have no prior knowledge, they can join this course. It's a one-day workshop that we are coming up with on 15th January 2022. Take the benefit of this particular course, and I'm sure like it will be a good learning opportunity for participants, and they will be able to understand like how the option world functions and what all things that we can focus on as far as option markets are concerned. Another thing, can a new trader start options immediately for the first trade? Of course, why not? Like if you are a new trader, you can definitely like go ahead and utilize the opportunity and ensure that these sort of things can like help you to make money in market. So understand this market, probably take the guidance, take the knowledge, and then if you execute the strategy, you will be able to understand like how the execution happens. Plus like I will be guiding you in terms of like the strategy builder, so how the strategy building happens. So before executing the strategy, what all things that you can look for, plus like how do you see your payoffs, so that your payoffs are better, your strategy structure is better. plus you have the clear understanding, like how do you find, like in terms of if you have any difficulty, or like for example if you are looking to pre-understand the margins, pre-understand how the strategy will be, what will be the adjustments. So I will also be talking about the adjustments during the course, during the workshop. And as I said, just take the benefit of this new year offer that we are offering once in a lifetime opportunity. This offer will not be repeated, and people, those who are experienced, those who have attended our past programs, they all know all our workshop. Even if we come up with the same workshop, it will never be repeated at the same price. So you will not get this price, you will not get the opportunity. And that is something which is like very, very important. And one more thing, like another query that I see, in terms of sir, what kind of like help that we get in the live holding? See, with the live holding, if I'm executing any particular option strategy, I post that option strategy with the participants so that they can understand better in terms of what I am executing. So you will understand, like I'm plus, like if you have any query, most welcome. You will be able to ask the queries in the group. So you will be part of the group where like you will be able to ask the queries from us, and we will be able to help you out. So there will be a support in that sense. Plus, all the live strategy that I will execute, you will get that. Another thing, people those who solely join our hand holding, they pay 15,000 rupees. So as a participant, you will get a lot of opportunity to understand like how these options can be executed. Plus, I'll show you some of the live trades. One more thing, which people keep people those who are asking me, one very practical aspect, and I think you will understand. Like for example, on Friday, I'll show you one good example so that people can relate better in terms of what live hand holding is. So I see that participants are asking, sir, what do you mean by live hand holding? So if you see this, like this is my Twitter handle at an RD professor, where like you can check, there are a lot of people those who are following me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, or maybe on Twitter. So this is one example. Like this is what I posted to Profit Idea Batch current participants that we have, and I posted a reverse diagonal iron condor on Nifty. So what we did, like we sold Nifty 17,600 strike call and 17,000 strike put, and we simultaneously bought 17,500 and 17,100 strike put. Target was 5,000 rupees on this reverse iron condor. And see, like this was posted at 11:18, and by the time 11:20 the profit was already booked. So the profit was 6,320. So the profit was booked, all the legs were squared off, and the profit was booked within no time. So you will be gaining a lot of insights in terms of like how this execution can happen, and what all things that you can keep in mind, so that you can have a clarity in terms of how these things are conducted. Plus, like you will be able to have a lot of clear guideline and understanding as to like how the option market works, and what are the things that we can ensure so that our market actually, like it gives you the opportunity to make. I hope participants are able to get a clear understanding as to what you can do. So again, I repeat, the time is limited. Make maximum use of your time. Ensure that you actually utilize your time in understanding the options market, because it is one of the lucrative markets. You can find multi-bagger options. I will be like guiding you few very important simple techniques from where like you can identify options which are low priced option. It can become multi-bagger options. So we will be like talking about those setups, trading setups, which are again very, very important. And exclusively, this is not the part of the workshop, but out of in terms of out of the way, I will help you to understand how you can utilize the option setup, trading setup, so that your option trading can go to a next level altogether. And as I said, this offer will not be repeated. Next time when we will conduct this session, it will be at 9,999. So if you want to avail this offer, it's a new year offer. Avail this offer and take the maximum benefit of this offer and join us to understand, have more clarity on option trading sessions. Another important aspect is another query till the time like participants are joining in and they are like trying to register for the session. There is another strategy that I want to discuss today with the participants, that is like protective put. Now when I say protective put strategy, this is a strategy where you look to buy future, or you look to buy the stock and you look to buy the put. So you want to hedge your position. This is a two leg strategy. So in a two leg strategy, what you want to do, you want to hedge your position in such a way so that even if market goes down, let's say suppose there is a lower circuit, you don't want to be worried about a lower circuit. What you want to understand is like you want to have a clarity on like in terms of what is a like when to buy, and ensure that the moment like you form the strategy, you are hedged. So with low margin, suppose for somebody has only 40,000, 50,000 rupees, and many a times people come across, sir, can we trade in futures? Because the margin required is very, very high. So what we need to understand is that the margin requirement is different. How you can reduce the margin? So with low margin, you can execute these strategies, implement these strategies, and then I will also be guiding you when to implement the strategy. So once you will have the clarity in terms of when to implement the strategy, and you implement that strategy and when to exit, you will find that there is ample amount of opportunity for you to make money. And this is where like the strategy like protective put can actually come in handy. So for example, let's say suppose if I show you the live example, how protective puts can be formed and what is the benefit of a protective put. So for example, let's say suppose if I go back to the system, and if I show you like for example like I'm showing you data for Reliance, I'll show you a very beautiful example right here as well. So if you look at this right here, an opportunity, a beautiful opportunity. Reliance was at 1930. Let me just probably show you like this. I think participants will be able to check the system better right here. See, this is right here. So Reliance Industries at 1913 coming to a buy zone. If you look to buy the future, and if you look to like for example buy put immediately, see, these are immediate. So how do you trade intraday also? Plus, like somebody like ask me like, is it possible to trade on 5 minute also? Why not? See, on 5 minute, beautiful opportunity just recently right here. RSI was between 10 to 15. If you would have like traded on a 5 minute chart, and you would have bought Reliance Industries at a price of 2348 immediately. Next candle 2354, next candle 2361. Beautiful opportunity. So how with the help of small like in terms of opportunities, you can make money even understanding the charts. So I will be showing you the chart setup. I will be showing you the option setup, how to check the option price, how to see the option charts. That is also something that I will cover up, so that you will be able to understand and implement these strategies better. And it's like please understand, this is not an algorithm trading workshop. So people are asking in the chat box like is it a algorithm trading workshop? This is not an algorithm trading workshop, but yes, like during the process I can show you the algorithm setup as well, so that how these same strategies can be executed on the algorithm as well. So we will guide you, we can actually help you to see the setup and understand the setup as well during the process. But again, this is a session on derivatives where we will be covering up the strategies which I have mentioned in my slide, the list of strategies. So just for the clarity of the participants, you all should know that we will be covering up these strategies. So this is what we will cover up in the workshop. Long call, long put, short call, short put, merit call, merit put, iron condor, albatross, diagonal call time spread, diagonal put time spread, iron butterfly. And we will guide you in terms of when to execute with strategy and when to exit. So that is something which is like very, very important. That is something that you have to focus on, and it will definitely work. Another thing, you don't need a laptop for it. So there is another query that I see from participant like Sachin has asked like, do you need a laptop? So you don't need a laptop. It's like, it's just that like if you have a system also, a desktop, that will also work. It will not make a difference for trading and for understanding these strategies. I hope like you are clear regarding this. I repeat, the offer which is for 49,997, you are getting it not at 9,999, but as a new year offer, we are giving it at a much lower price, which is 4,999. So take the benefit, use the code PI 2022 and take the benefit of this particular offer that we are offering you. And I'm sure that will give you a lot of understanding. Plus we will be talking about all the risk management in terms of like how to use these defined risk strategies, what are the calculations which are attached, what are your stop losses which are attached, how to place proper stop loss, proper guidance, so that you can ensure that proper execution of these strategies can be done, and how like we can ensure like with the help of low risk, we can actually utilize these opportunities. We can actually like make the best of these opportunities, so that we are able to make money. We are able to like take the position in terms of that this is the major position. This is something that we can focus on, and this is something that we can like look to apply. Another thing, like somebody's like I can read in the chat box, like somebody asked about like which all stock that we can look for. So just for the participant, like with the recent batch, I shared a few stocks. Like one of the stock was Mspl. So we talked about this stock called as Mspl, if you see, and I mentioned about this particular stock with the participants also. Mspl, see, if you notice here, Mspl 10,000 quantity at a price of 8 rupees 95 paisa, and within like a few days we have executed in this staggered manner at 11 rupees 21 paisa, a good profit on this particular stock, 2,26,000 rupees. So how do you know, okay, this is the particular stock which can actually like give you money? And like how do you know, like, okay, you can actually identify some of these stocks so that you can trade better? So as I mentioned, like two stocks that you can focus on. One stock is Canna Metal. So Canna Metal looks very, very good, attractive at a price of 1680 to 1700. This is one stock that I have like mentioned to my participants, that all the profit idea students, that if you want to buy, you can actually focus on this particular stock. I think it's a good stock that you can focus on as far as short term is concerned. Another stock that we are recommending highly is Prestige. Prestige, I have again added at 2100 quantity at 421 rupees, and out of which like I just sold some and still holding 1,000 quantity, giving good profit already, like 1,21,000 rupees profit on Prestige. This is another stock that possibly some of you might want to ask me. We bought Prestige before as well, so we keep trading also. So how do we identify that, okay, when to trade which stock? I think these are things that we cover up in our full program, where people are able to understand these strategies better. They're able to have a clarity on some of these strategies over a period of time. So if you look at the overall process is very clear, and one has to be in terms of very clear with what we do and why do we do it. So for example, let's say if I talk about this stock, Prestige. So Prestige, like we bought before as well. So I bought 10,000 quantity before, made 4,19,000 on Prestige. Again, recently I have added Prestige. So if you see, recently, this is where I added Prestige. So right, like I bought 2,100 quantity, out of which 1,100 I sold at 482 rupees. And because I could understand technical, so what I understand is like the price will come down again and I can pick it up again. So if you see, when I sold at 482, right now if I show you the price of Prestige, so again, simple technique and simple technical which helps you a lot to make money. So Prestige, like I sold here, so see, it went up, and we got the opportunity like again, and it is coming down. Now the price is 474. If I want to buy back, I can buy back again. So like how do you apply a lot of technicals and things? So Canna Metal and Prestige, like on dips, I think these are good fundamental stocks where you can focus on, and you can make money. And as we promised, the list of stocks, so two stocks, I hope all of you can actually see how this can be done. Another thing, can this strategy be executed on low capital? The answer is yes. So because as we said, like we will be discussing about low option margin strategies, where your margin will be low, and on the low margin also you can deploy these strategies. So of course, like even if you have low margin, you will be able to understand these strategies and you will be able to execute these strategies better. I hope you get that clarity, and you have that clarity. Now, in terms of there is another query that I see from Vimal, in terms of like for example, let's say suppose, will the session or handholding focus on strategies, work on which type of FNO stocks? So see, I will be guiding you in terms of which strategy to apply when, and I'll give you an understanding, a bit of understanding, because that's not a part of the course, a bit of understanding on Greeks, so that you can understand, like suppose for example, if you want to apply it on Infosys, or if you want to apply on Reliance, or you want to apply on Maruti or ONGC. So looking at the beta, looking at in terms of what are the different aspects, you will understand how this can be done. And I'm sure it will be really, really helpful to all the participants, those who want to join. Now there are various channels. I'm sure some of you are already connected, but you can subscribe to us on YouTube on Profit Idea Official, where this session is going on. You can join my page, Anadi Professor. 2,45,000 followers are there, and you can take the benefit of whatever I keep posting, or on LinkedIn or on Twitter. All the three handles are by the name Anadi Professor. And I hope an Anadi like me could guide you today to understand what options market are, some of the basic strategies, and how to implement those basic strategies so that you can become a better trader in life. And I think that's very, very important, that if you want to improve, I think learning should go on. And I hope like I could guide you better, I could help you to understand this thing better. So this is the a basic understanding. How long with this course will go? So as I mentioned, this course will be for like 3.5 hours, 4 hours, on 15th of January. So we will be conducting this session for nearly 3.5 hours, 4 hours, and you will be able to understand like how to execute and how to implement these strategies better, so that you can become a better trader. And that's the idea, that is the understanding. And when the session will begin, like as we mentioned, this session will be for on 15th of January. It will begin at 10 a.m. in the morning. We will have the session from 10 to 12. We will take a break, and then after that again we will have the session for another 2 hours. So this is the agenda for the session that we will be conducting on 15th of January. If you want to take the benefit, just take the benefit, enroll now, and you have limited time left, another half an hour. And I hope like people, those who want to take the benefit of this offer, I'll just show you the offer again. Just take the benefit and just ensure that you take the maximum amount of it. So this is the offer. The offer will not be repeated. 4,999. Go to the website profitidea.net, and I'm sure like you can take the benefit and you can utilize the opportunity in the most productive way. Thank you so much, participants. Thank you so much, Atul sir, for ensuring that this workshop goes smooth and people are able to like take the benefit of this particular thing. Atul sir, I think that's it from my side. You can like take the session forward and just guide the participants.
Very well, sir. Thank you so much, Arun, sir. Once again, another very informative session, sir. For those who are there and trying to register, we have posted the links once again. And as Varun sir mentioned, this code is valid only till 12 p.m. There are no extensions. We have good half an hour left, and we have already received good amount of participation. So I'm assuming that not many of the people are facing any kind of a challenge. If there is anyone who is facing any kind of challenge, I am once again giving the number. You can reach out to Mr. Sudhir, and Sudhir should be able to help you out about in terms of any kind of registration challenges. Those who have registered, thank you so much. Welcome on board, and I'm sure this investment of yours, you will be able to kind of get the maximum out of it. As per our all previous track records and stuff, more than 50% of the participants who are trading, of course, they are able to recover their investment within one month of time itself. So I think you're already on that journey. Wish you all very happy new year once again. Those who are on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed it already, and you'll keep getting the further updates coming up. And for rest, we have the numbers over over your chats, so reach out to us in case you are facing any challenges. All right, the code once again is valid only for next half an hour, so please utilize. If you are trying to trying to register it, just simply go ahead. All right, thank you so much for joining once again. Wish you all a very happy new year. Once we can close the session, I guess, sir.
Sure, sir. People who want to register, they will be able to register. And thank you so much, all the participants. And thank you, Atul sir, and the entire Profit Idea team for making this session a successful one. Thanks again. I wish you a very happy new year to all the participants and have a blessed year ahead. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you.
Perfect. I've received a message from Parag just now. Parag, in case you are facing any challenges, you can reach out to Mr. Sudhi, and we'll try and help you out in getting that registration sorted. So just to, we are keeping the session up only for next 5 minutes, just so that if anyone is still facing any challenges, please put up in that in the chat box, and we'll try and help you out. Else we'll close the session anyway in 5 minutes time. Guys, anyone else is facing challenges, please reach out to us directly, and we'll help you out. Welcome on board all the people who have registered. And thanks for such an overwhelming response for the session. And I'm sure it is definitely going to be a very good learning experience for all of you. Very well. I guess all the queries are resolved. So once again, guys, thank you so much for joining. And we just keep watching this space, and we will be getting, the further notifications about any further webinars that we are coming up with. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day ahead. Varun sir, we can close the session, I guess.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, participants. Have a good day. Bye.